Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Friday Night Lights. And this movie is directed by Peter Berg, and it came out in 2004. And I know this movie is well known for being like the best sports movie ever, or I've heard people say that before, and people seem to really enjoy it. And after watching the movie, it's very clear that like a lot of what you're supposed to get out of it is that you're supposed to be a big fan of football and sports movies in general. I'm personally not a big fan of football or sports movies, so this one unfortunately was no exception, and I was kind of disappointed by it. Not in the fact that I'm not a fan of football or sports movies, and since I didn't get anything out of this movie, it was a disappointment. Not even that, it was kind of worse than I was expecting. And I wasn't a fan of the look of the movie. It just had this look to it. There were points where it was kind of brown, and I thought it just looked kind of disgusting looking. There were way too many close-ups, and not really enough wide shots, and a lot of handheld camera, and there was some quick cutting that kind of gave me a headache. And halfway through the movie, I had to take a break because my head was just melted from what I had witnessed, and I was just so tired. And those are my main problems, but the rest of the movie is okay. It has some okay ideas. I like the idea of having some of these things play into the film, even if some of them don't really have much of an impact on me. I like the one guy who just wants to play football, and he puts everything, his heart and passion into it, and he considers it the only thing you need to do, really. The only subject. That's what he said. It's there's only one subject, that's football, and everything else doesn't matter. And I kind of like that character, and I liked his whole storyline. And there's a lot of characters in this movie, and you do get a lot of screen time with them. Despite the amount of screen time these characters had, I didn't really personally connect to any of them. They kind of just felt like they were just thrown into the story just to have a lot of characters in the movie. I just wasn't that into it, and I did like the idea of it taking place in a town where football is overhyped to an unhealthy degree. I kind of liked that element about the movie. It doesn't have it throughout the entire movie. It's mostly at a few key moments, but it is highlighted a bit, and that's something that I did like about the movie. Mostly because it just made sense to me. I was yeah, football is overhyped to an unhealthy degree. And I'll always remember a bit off topic, but I think it was a Thousand Ways to Die or something. I remember this one thing where they were using it as an example, not football in particular, but they were talking about these supposed super fans who show up 3 hours early and paint the top half of their body in the body paint of the team that they're rooting for, and they just get drunk and or something. The reason why I always remember that is because they also had a guy talking about those people, and he was just wearing a normal jersey, and he seemed like a normal guy, and he said that us super fans, we don't normally do that. Those are the kinds of people that make us Super Bowl super fans look bad. And I always found that to be kind of funny. The characters in the movie, while I didn't relate to any of them, and I didn't really care about the drama of the situation that was going on, I wouldn't say they're necessarily poorly written. It's just how everything is executed that I have a problem with. The one dad who's trying to push his son to be the best, that character kind of got annoying. And the coach, I wish there was more time dedicated to him. I think the story would be a bit more interesting if we saw more of his perspective. Maybe we got a good chunk of it. I don't know. I don't really remember. I'm kind of forgetting about this movie as I'm talking about it, but I, I just don't remember learning that much from him or getting a whole lot from his side of the story. And without spoiling anything, my favorite part of the movie was the ending, not because the movie was over, but I thought it ended fairly well. And that was the best part of the movie for me. And the rest of the movie was just really dull and boring and just lots of football that I don't care about because I don't care about football. And if you like football, then I think the movie is going to work a lot more for you than it did for me. So if you like football, then I would recommend the movie to you. But everyone else, I don't know what you're going to get out of it. I really don't. For me personally, I just got a really bland sports movie that just didn't offer me anything special, and I wish this movie was shorter, and I wish there was something for me to get invested in, but that unfortunately did not happen here. So with all that being said, I'm going to give Friday Night Lights a 3 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos as always. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below you thought of Friday Night Lights, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Shark Tale. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.